Chaos. That's the only word that can actually describe the situation of international students in 2025, 2026, and I believe in the years to come as well. Let's look at the situation of someone who has this dream of studying abroad, or someone who just wants to succeed in their career. They have finished their education in India, or even if they have finished it a couple of years back, they are working in a job right now that does not pay them enough. The job market in India itself is not like roses and petals. It's not very easy to find a job in India, and even if you find a job, the work culture, the kind of role that you're into, and all those things are not satisfactory for most of the individuals. And amidst this, you have all the chaos that can happen at the same time. Like literally जितना कलेश हो सकता था वो सारा का सारा कलेश इकट्ठे हो रहा है इस टाइम पर. Let's start talking about US. Biggest कलेश in the world, Shri Donald Trump. Let's talk about UK. Oversaturation in terms of the job market. Let's talk about Canada. Yet again, oversaturation in terms of the job market. Ireland, anti-immigration sentiment. Just a small country, but with many people immigrating there every year, kind of saturating the job market. Germany, on track to become the next Canada in terms of the number of people moving there, and the universities in fact considering that, hey, let us stop giving free education now, otherwise this will get out of control. Australia, New Zealand, yet again anti-immigration sentiment and the economy not doing well. Banda kare to kare kya? At this point of time, if someone says, hey, don't go abroad, then okay, what do I do in India? Like, what kind of an opportunity do I have to explore in India at this point of time? You can say that we are the fourth largest economy in the world, but we suck in terms of GDP per capita, and it is very hard to find a fulfilling job. That's the truth. And yes, for some people, they find great success, but 99% of the people struggle a lot. In this video, I want to talk about a mindset that I want you to develop that will help you navigate this chaotic situation that is there right now, which will help you succeed as an international student in 2026, 2027, 2028, whichever you are going in. And in this video, first I want to talk about what are the challenges that you are facing, like when you will be studying abroad next year or this year. What are the challenges that are standing in your way, why those challenges actually exist, and 3, how you can navigate them. So let's start with the video. Alright, so the first challenge that I want to talk about is artificial intelligence. If you are a senior candidate, like if you have 5, 6, 7, 8 years of experience into something, you are a subject matter expert into that. You have developed the insights that the AI does not have yet. The keyword here is yet. You are still safe. But if you are someone who is early on in your career, whatever job you are doing right now, trust me, a system is being built so that that job can be done without you. That's the truth. That's the reality. It is happening right in front of our eyes. And because of this thing, most of the companies have stopped hiring entry-level talent. This is the first challenge that is standing right in front of you once you complete your master's degree or bachelor's degree, whatever, as an international student. The second challenge that is standing in front of you right now is the demand-supply mismatch. Guys, the whole world revolves around demand and supply. Whenever the supply for something is more than what the demand is, saturation happens, and this is exactly what is happening in the international labor markets. At this point of time, there are not enough jobs because we are out of that zero interest rate environment. Investments are expensive again. The companies are very hesitant in investing into hiring more labor force, training them, and deploying them into different sectors. So the demand right now is low while the supply is high, and it is already very high, and more students and more people are adding to that supply. This is the second challenge. The third challenge is the anti-immigration sentiment. If you open Instagram, keywords like Pajit, keywords like, hey, Indians, you don't smell well, you don't take a bath, you don't wear a deodorant, send back Indians, yay, it's going to be 100K. That's kind of the sentiment that is there. And if I actually tell you the truth, yes, the sentiment is real. Is it impacting people living outside of India on a day-to-day basis? No. After recording this video, I will be going out on a run or a walk. I don't know. It's very hard for me to run, but I will be going out on a walk. Will anyone bother me just because I am walking, I am an Indian, or anything of that sort? No, that's not going to happen. But is it leading to biases when resumes are being picked? 100% yes. Is it leading to distrust in the Indian community? 100% yes. And is it going to impact your chances of landing your dream job after you're done with your masters, after investing those 40-50 lakh rupees? The answer is yes. So these are the three major challenges that are standing in front of you. Now let's talk about why these challenges exist in the first place. The one single word that can actually describe why all of this is happening is disruption. The whole world order has been disrupted tremendously by the technological and socio-economic factors that are at play because of that technological innovation. Because of artificial intelligence, less number of jobs are being created. More number of people are entering, but less number of jobs are being created, because of which locals are not able to find jobs, because of which a lot of people already in the job market are not able to find jobs. All of this is creating this cocktail which is known as disruption. The world is transitioning from what it was before to something absolutely new. I don't know if you have ever had a word with your parents about when computers came into picture. Like when computerization was happening, I remember my mom and dad, they both were in government jobs. So my dad used to work with State Bank of India. I lost him many years back. My mom is a retiree from the Indian Overseas Bank, and she was telling me that when computers were introduced, these guys used to protest that, computers are going to take away jobs, it's going to be very difficult, this, that. But eventually what happened is that it created more jobs than actually taking away. So right now, there's that transition point where artificial intelligence is actually redefining for what purpose human labor is actually required. That is the point where we are right now. Now, out of this philosophical thought, what's the mindset that you as a prospective candidate need to develop so that you are able to handle this disruption that is happening right now? And the mindset is that you have to be on the side of disruptors. Whenever there's a disruption that's happening, there are two kinds of people. One, that get disrupted. Two, that disrupt. You have to make sure that you are on the side of the people who are actually creating this disruption, and you do not end up on that side of people that would actually end up getting disrupted. Now, what does that mean in practical essence? This is philosophical gyan, but what does it mean in terms of practicality? Number one, let us study something, pursue something, and build our skills related to something as close as possible to artificial intelligence. For computer science engineers, for the people coming from tech background, it's a no-brainer. Masters in AI, masters in robotics, masters in machine learning, great programs. Once you complete them, is it very hard as an AI engineer or an ML engineer who has the skills to find a job? No. Every company is, fighting to get good AI engineers into their team. Companies like OpenAI are paying $500,000 to $1 million to people with 1 to 2 years of experience because there is such a huge demand of skilled AI and ML engineers into the game right now. But what about the people who are not from the tech background, who are not, the ones who cannot pursue a master's in AI or master's in ML? Pursue a program or pursue something that is very hard for AI to replace. Let me take an example here. Accountant. As simple as, an accountant. Now, I am not saying that an accountant who is just, doing bookkeeping or who is just compiling the balance sheets and all, ChatGPT can do that in a minute. The amount of time that it would take you and me to do, maybe 2 days, ChatGPT can do it in maybe 1 minute. But what's the value? The value is in that signing authority. The value is in holding that designation of a chartered accountant or a chartered professional accountant or an ACCA for that matter if you are in the UK or in the Europe, right? At the same time, let's say if you are someone into sales and business development, can artificial intelligence sell? especially if I talk about high ticket products, if I talk about high end products like softwares, enterprise softwares, etc., they are still sold on human relationships, they are still sold on human connections, they are still sold on networking, right? Business development and sales, it will take AI a very, very long time, and perhaps never that it will be able to do what a human is able to do in terms of selling. Other regulatory professions, doctors, nurses, etc., anything that has some regulation at place, if you can align your career with one of those particular degrees, with one of those particular courses, it is a very safe bet that yes, the chances of you not being impacted by this disruption would be very high. As simple as that. Let me give you a very simple example. Can artificial intelligence sell financial products? The answer is no, because they need a license. Will the government give license to artificial intelligence? The answer is no, because then the government will itself have to become AI. I heard this thing in a very nice podcast that was like that any kind of occupation that requires a license, that has a regulation in place, those kind of occupations are safe for now, especially the ones in which the regulations are coming directly from the government. So moral of the story here is, one, look into a master's, a program or something that is aligning with you launching and building a career in AI. Data science, artificial intelligence, robotics, great programs to pursue, great programs to consider. But these programs are worth considering only if you have a solid tech background already, you have some experience already, then yes, these are very good programs. But would someone from a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Commerce, would I recommend them to pursue AI and expect that within 1 year they will become AI geniuses? No, that's not going to happen. So what's the pathway for you? The pathway for you is to consider something, to consider a program that would still be protected, that would be regulated, in which still that human element is required, and the companies will have to hire people. Because eventually, guys, it's a game of demand and supply. Always remember, no one owes you a job. The job market doesn't owe you a job. Recessions don't owe you a job, or a bull run in the job market doesn't owe you a job. What owes you a job is the simple equation: is there demand for what you want to do, and how much of a supply is there to address that demand? Is the demand X but the supply 5X? Finding a job would be difficult. Is the demand 5X but the supply is X? Finding a job would be easy. It's the simple equation. If you have this in mind, and if you're making all your decisions and all your choices based on this equation, I am sure whichever country you choose, whichever year you go in, you will be fine. Thank you very much. I hope that this video added some food for thought to you, some ideas into your mind that can help you in planning things out better. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of the day.